This was a great first fight. Volk versus Diego Lopez. I'm going to go with Volk. I can't go against the grain. I can't go against the man. He looks great. He looks sharp. Obviously, Diego Lopez is super fucking dangerous. So, yeah, I don't know, man.
You think it'll be just part two, same?
Probably. I think Volk would definitely get into some trouble. I'm sure he's going to get hurt. But knowing Volk, I'm sure he'll be able to fight his way through it and win the fight.
We want to see this fight again because it went to a decision. Diego Lopez got beat, but with this confidence that he has from not only feeling Volkanovski one time, but also then beating Jan Silva, he's on top of the world. I can tell you, as a guy who fought a world champion, I was 9-0, and then I fought Uriah Faber, who had a little bit more experience, a little bit more fights than me. And I went and I fought him. And even though I got finished in the first round, I felt so confident by fighting him. I can't explain it. It gave me more confidence to where I didn't lose again for years. And I see Diego Lopez kind of that way.
I hinged the name of my dog on the main event of UFC 314. Me and my wife didn't know what to name our dog, and we said, you know what? Diego Lopez wins, we're going to name him Diego. If Alexander Volkanovski wins, we're going to name him Volk. So you can obviously see I have a little bit of a bias. Alexander Volkanovski is my guy. So I'm going to put my bias aside, and it's going to boil down to my head and my heart. I'm going with my heart on this one. I think Alexander Volkanovski is going to win this fight. I think it's going to be a lot harder than the last one. I think it's going to go to a split decision, but ultimately I think Alexander Volkanovski is going to do enough to get the job done.
This fight, and this may sound a little stupid, but you know, I think it all depends on whether Lopez is approaching this as round 6, starting this as round 6, or starting this as round 1. The problem is Volkanovski is unbelievable in rematches, and he's done it many times. So he also knows how to make adjustments, and he happens to be one of the smartest guys in the game. This may be, you know, towards the end of his career. I don't think his time is over just yet. I think he still is extremely technical, smart, and capable. I also like the guy. Give me Volkanovski here.
To be honest, first fight was a great fight. Volk won the fight. If you're going to take a look at that fight, though, and go, okay, look, I know that there's a ton of people. I think I'm the only one picking Diego Lopez to win this fight. And this has nothing to do with Alexander Volkanovski other than the fact that every day and every fight, he gets a little bit older. We will start to see Volkanovski, I believe, start to slow down in rounds 4 and 5. And he's always had great conditioning, great cardio. He's got a gas tank for days, all of those things. I get it. Okay, but I also look at him like Diego is the younger fighter. Diego is coming up. Diego has already been in there with them and understands, the first fight didn't go my way. I've got to make some little changes here and there. And I believe that he's going to come in a lot more confident.
So Diego Lopez has still got that puncher's chance, but I'm really anxious to see if he's made a lot of adjustments, if he's looking to work in the grappling, because I do believe Diego Lopez, I would say, is better on his back than Alexander Volkanovski. But then again, we've never seen Volkanovski on his back, really. I believe I'm going to ride with the 57, 58% of people who believe that Volkanovski will stay champion.
So yeah, I got Volk all day.
Yeah.
Love Lopez. I don't know a person that doesn't, but Volk wrote the blueprint on him. Lopez has that dangerous hand. We saw him catch Volk with it. But honestly, if Volk does much of the same, I think he beats Lopez 9 times out of 10. Especially with the Lopez we saw last fight. Okay? Because we didn't see a lot of good things. No, that's a rough way of saying it. We didn't see a lot of changes. We didn't see a lot of technical changes that brought about his win. His win was brought on by his toughness and like instinct.
Yeah.
Okay, like Volk won't create those scrap yards for Lopez to take advantage of, like Silva did that last fight.
I imagine it's going to be similar to what we saw the first time. I mean, I think Diego has got to try to mix things up maybe a little more and not and stand and let Volk get into his rhythm the way he did in the first one. But I still think he has a shot of hurting Volk and getting him out of there. We saw him do it in that first fight, but wasn't able to seal the deal. But I just think I'm leaning towards Volk doing the same thing, winning a decision, maybe even and being able to get him out of there.
Lopez is such a savage, a young savage, and Volk came in there in the last fight and he tamed this young savage. And a lot of people didn't give him a chance in that fight. And he went out there and, you know, Lopez had his moments in that fight, but overall, Volk actually dominated until, you know, he got clipped a couple of times. But, I mean, he's such a warrior. And I do think Volk still has enough in him to keep that title.
No, I think Volk's going to do it. I think he could probably lose a round. I think, I think Lopez is going to show some improvements, but I don't know whether the technical improvements are going to be. He's going to make enough technical improvements to be able to make any major difference, especially if we get a slightly different version of Volk. I would like to see him keep it very MMA all the way through. I mean, I think, you know, he's got the gas tank, and I think the more chaotic the appearance for Diego Lopez, the less he actually does. So that's going to be a benefit for Volk, especially over 5 rounds, which I think we're probably going to get from this one.
We don't know how long Volk is going to be around this sport. And listen, Diego Lopez has a chance now to go back in there and right the wrongs. He's got to be more active. He's got to go first. He's got to lead the dance. But one thing we know about Volkanovski is that the man has a ridiculously high fight IQ. He takes his sport so seriously. He's got one of the best teams around him in terms of technical input. So it's on both sides. He's had 25 minutes with Diego Lopez. He'll watch that fight back and right the wrongs. Remember the first fight against Max Holloway with Volkanovski? Very close. Then obviously he had information to download. Second fight was not as close. And then the third fight was a shutout for Volkanovski. So he learns, he pays attention, he watches, and he downloads the data.
I think it's going to be a better fight. I think Volk is going to finish this one. I don't think sub, but I think probably like just outwork him, TKO. If not decision, because Diego's tough, man. He's a tough man to finish, but I think Volk can get it done, man. So I want to go decision. I'm going to go Volk in this fight by decision. But he's going to have some big moments. And I just can't see Diego getting tired or like moving back after that first fight. But I think Volk can be better and push him even harder. So if he can break Diego, he'll finish him. But I'll go Volk by decision in this fight.
My pick for this one, I don't know, man. I really wish Volk would have retired after that last one. It was a great win. Diego had a lot of hype. And then you go out there, you win. And it's hard to fight somebody back to back. In between, I don't know if the motivation is going to be there for Volk, because like I said, he fought a perfect fight against him that last one. Is he going to still be motivated to fight him back to this one when could have fought Leron Murphy or Mofsar, where you get like a new camp for somebody else? It gets tedious when you're fighting for the same guy. And then, like I said, it's like, what are we going to fix? A lot of the stuff he did was perfect in that last one. You know that Diego's going to come better. I don't know if Volk will come better. So I'm going to pick Diego in this one.
I see it going the same way, to be honest. Obviously, Diego supposedly hits hard. He's got a puncher's chance. Any MMA fight, we know that it's a very dangerous fight. But I think if they fight 100 times, I think Volkanovski wins 95. That's my opinion. I believe Volkanovski comes out of it. He fights a smart fight again. And bro, if you look at Diego's last fight with Silva, he was getting rocked.
Oh, yeah.
He was getting rocked, bro. He was getting rocked, and I think Volkanovski is a very, very, very smart fighter. And if I watch that fight with Silva, I see so many openings in Diego's defense. So many openings. I would love that fight. I can't wait to get that fight as well.
The people don't realize this, but it's actually harder. But then again, Volk is really good at rematches. It's typically harder for the guy who has to go into the... I've had one rematch, and it was against Diego Ferreira. And I remember it was kind of hard to wake up in the mornings for it. It's like, man, I've already done this. They're going to make me do this again. And if I lose this, it's going to look so bad. Like, the motivation isn't the same. But, I want Volk to win, but for whatever reason, I keep feeling like it's going to be Lopez. And I hope I'm wrong.
I think the biggest thing with Volkanovski is his ability to adapt. I mean, he is a little older, and he has been knocked out, but he he's still looking for knowledge. He's still hungry. He's fighting in his hometown. You know, that could be a plus or a minus depending on who you are. But I gotta agree with you, man. I gotta go with Alexander Volkanovski, but I ain't trying to lose my money like you, because I'm putting 100. I got kids.
Man, I'm rooting for Diego, but it's hot. I coin flip it.
It is.
Coin flip
it was a tough fight last time,
tough fight. I personally, I think Volkanovski is just so smart and tactical, fight IQ and situational awareness. He's going to be a tough out. He really is, man. He's just going to be a tough out. But like I said, I can see Diego getting him into some of those chaotic rounds and being able to find a finish. So to me, it's either Volkanovski by decision or Diego by KO.
Yeah.
Yes, Diego is a power puncher. Yes, Volk is older, but I don't feel like Diego's changed his style one fucking bit since he got in the UFC. Whereas Volk was stayed on the feet for the majority of that fight, never tried to take it to the ground, and obviously he's had great success there against people like Yair Rodriguez and stuff. So I feel like Volk is the one who's more likely to change it up than Diego is. And I think, will it be a dangerous fight? Yes, but Volk's past his prime, past his best, but he's still that fucking good that I think he should be able to get it done,